not in the room, nobody's going to care whether I'm interested.
Before we give the closing remarks to Brother Coley, I want to ask Brother Owen, what is the annual subscription rate for your theater here?
Okay, the annual subscription rate is $75 for one, $135 for two. Now, that subscription rate covers anywhere from 7 to 10 shows. It doesn't change, okay? Any special events that we have, you'll be notified about them. And we just keep clicking your card. You spend more than that when you go out to dinner. Okay? But that subscription is like, subscriptions are very important because they're like tithing in church. That's how you set your budget. Because you say, okay, that I have, that I can depend on, that I can set the budget on. And so when people don't, I think of it that way.
Thank you very much. $75 for one, $130 for two. And Dr. Martin, what's the annual membership to the Great Blacks and Whites to be a friend of the museum?
It starts at $30 and the highest is $100.
So this all the problems we have with the grants and all that, as an African American community, we can empower these two institutions on our own. That's the first step moving forward.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who's in the audience. I see so many familiar faces, and a lot of you have had a significant impact in my life and shared with me tremendous wisdom and knowledge. I see Sojourner Douglas College out there. Those gentlemen have been a significant impact in my life. I see Queen Edna right here, always in the trenches trying to enlighten children on the grassroots community. Of course, Mr. Lou Fields, I see Queen Eartha Harris up in here, always rocking that African sexy, irregardless of time and space. She moves through time and space like magnificently. And I see a legal scholar up in the house and everything else. And all you individuals, I want to thank you first of all, because all what I'm about to share with you, you have played a part of informing me. The Queen here, I met her several years ago, and her incredible husband inspired me that you can take a dream, a thought, and make it an actual reality. Donald Owens has taught me the power of theater from Lorraine Hansberry to William Shakespeare, right here at the Arena Players, and one of the founding members, Samuel Wilson and Irvin Turner. My name is Coley Tungela, born and raised here. What I want to share now that I think is crucial in this whole area of financial empowerment and also perpetuating our culture is to have a quantum leap in mental mindset. The issue is we always have to go to the dominant society and ask for money to perpetuate our culture when they have unfortunately played, I believe, a very conscious or unconscious or indoctrinated role of viewing African people and who we are in this country as subpar and inferior. So if you're going to go to an individual and say, respect the greatness of our history and culture and accomplishments, when you don't even view us as being autonomous and equal to them, that is a major mistake. We have to feel so good enough about ourselves and break down the trauma of postpartum slave syndrome, of loving ourselves enough to form our own endowments and trust, trusting ourselves enough to know that we are not going to steal the money, skip off to some other country with a white partner, and just take the money out of our community, because that's what we feel, because we've been indoctrinated to that. Also, too, all the mental energy, particularly I want to hold the brothers and some sisters accountable for the mental energy we put into stuff that doesn't benefit us.
Right.
Cool. Sports is hot. I love the Ravens. That's cool. I don't care about them because they don't care about us. can enjoy the game, but Ray Rice, his abominable, ferocious, disgusting acts of sexism and misogyny perpetrated on an African woman, he's still going to get his money back, and I doubt if he's going to give any money to the arena players, to the great blacks and whites, or to any organization. So enjoy the game, but brothers, please strategize about how to empower our communities. Stop sweating bullets, knowing every doggone strategy about men who care nothing about you. You know his stats, statistics, whether he had an injury, but you don't even know the organizations in your community that perpetuate your culture. You don't even know who your children's friends are. So if you're going to waste that energy, I really think less of you. And we have to call each other out. If you know so much about something that doesn't legitimately benefit you, that pacifies your energy, but you put so much into it, then we need to look at ourselves. Once we make that mental shift and say, I trust Brother Young enough that I'm going to support him buying his own radio or television station, I will invest, yes I will. And right here, if each one just gave $1, right here, right now, that could possibly pay for a new, high-quality wax figure to go into the Queen's Museum. What we can do with our money. And we don't care about physical space. I love the party. Maybe it's part of how we were brought over here on the slave ship. We like being bunched up. We can deal with that. We worrying about, well, it doesn't look like on the Meyer Hoff. And, you know, the hip, the arena, they got, look, their ceiling fans don't even match. You know, worrying about that, but you will go and spend mad money. I've been there too, up in the place, cranked up, sweating, reaching over people's head to get a drink, waving down, and won't say nothing, because I'm having a good time. I'm with beautiful people that look and resemble me. Put that same thing into this. If you look in the mirror every morning and you don't like what you see, if you're uncomfortable with it, then that says more about how we need to heal one another. First, let's deal with our tongues, and then follow it up with the energy. Money is energy and tremendous power. Think about how you spend your dollar. Think about how much you squander on dumb stuff that we think makes us just as good as the people that have oppressed us. Therefore, we do it, extract wealth and power and energy out of our community. It's real simple, and call it too. And also this, don't let religion divide African people. Nobody loves God more than African people. If you're Muslim, there's nobody Muslimer than a black person. If you're a Christian, there's nobody Christianer than a black Christian. We get down with the spiritual and the existential. Just relate to that. Don't say, well, you know, that ain't Jesus. I can't support that, you know, and that's not Allah, and that's not Buddha, and that's not Yahweh. You know, what it comes down to, when a police officer stops you, when you go into a bank loan to a bank that is white-owned, and you're asking, basically, I feel dehumanized. The same way when a policeman pulls me over and the lights come on, I feel helpless. I'm a 51-year-old black man, 270 pounds, 6'4", and I am I feel almost impotent, you know, castrated by white cops coming up to me. I feel the same way when I'm trying to get a loan, trying to get a car. Oh, Lord, I hope I made my payment. I should look at my FICO credit score. Oh, please, master. Oh, I was a good Negro. Master, oh, give me the door. Right. We have to respect ourselves to stop that. That's right. Another thing is knowledge is this. You got to know what's up and how to play the game. You waste all this time strategizing about sports, sisters, strategizing about relationships and dynamics. I love Ayanna Van Zandt. I'm glad her and Oprah made up and she's kicking it. But all that energy we put into that, put into understanding how the political dynamics happen. Because even if you did get that little sheet with the bond amendments, I tried to read them when I was voting. This acknowledges the municipality of Baltimore heretofore to render funds unto Caesar. Verily, unto Caesar we will render the funds in commensurate upon hitherforth to. What is it going to give more money to Parks Parks and Recs and give summer jobs. Where does that say that at? So, understand how the game is played and play it well. The same energy we put into studying sports, the same energy we go around deciding who's the best hairdresser and who gives the best perm and everything else, and where you get the best and weed from for the less price and strategize it. Yeah, calling you out. Put it into understanding the political dynamics of things, and also stop fearing us as black people. Stop fearing our children. I work with African children every day in Baltimore City public schools. They're in pain and trauma. So they're going to act out. And their parents have disappointed them due to the trauma they're experienced. They haven't been there. So you know you're dealing with pain and trauma. When you know you're trying to help somebody, they're going to reject it because they doubt if you're sincere. So understand that. Stop fearing the children. Start loving our women. Brothers, we want to be respected. We want the sisters to be out there on the front lines of us. Sisters already know it, but they're hurting and pain because we have messed up. We've messed up and have been raggedy. First you got to do, every sister you ever messed up from your mama on down to all your girlfriends, go back, apologize. Right. Sisters, what you got to do, tell you this right now, sisters, you're very verbal, have the power of articulate expression of thought. Also, it comes heated on the tongue of a dragon. Pump your mouth. Check your mouth when you're talking to your children, you're talking to your men, and also show up when you don't feel as though you've been offended, because low self-esteem makes you react immediately. Oh, you don't show up when things are good, but let you feel offended. Your tongue light up like fire. All the alphabet, MFs, everything start coming with power.
That's right.
You need to stop that. It is what I say, it's best to look for something and want something when you least need it than when you are in a crisis searching for it. Yeah. Change our mindset now. So all the mental energy you put into stuff that is useless. Useless. Understanding the whole plot of TV shows and everything else. Okay, scandal's cool. I wish the sister could sleep with a black man every now and then. That would be nice. But you can know scandal, but then also know all the elected officials and hold them clowns accountable. Exactly. You've been elected, you have been elected to represent your people, not represent what you feel like.
That's right.
You know, they work for us. Jack girlfriend up, Jack brother up. You know, shoot, you work for me, I voted for you. You don't look down to me. Well, you're elected now, I'll sit humbly and wait for the crumbs that you throw down. No, tell them this is what I want you to do. And don't feel less than doing it. I don't have the education to tell the person who begged for my vote, who obviously needed my vote, who needed me, that I want them to represent my interests. That is an unhealthy paradigm mental mindset. Let's change it. And then we won't have to be begging in a country that we have helped to build. I love you all very much. Every word was said out of love.
On December 19th, we have a meeting with the lady who discusses from the Department of Planning how you apply. You'll get in that meeting on December 19th so we can be ahead of the election bond bills for 2016. Okay? Thank you very much, all three people. Bring back the